at Gera Developments office. There was a press conference, and Punekar News also joined this press conference. The main aspect or the crux of this conference is the report which is presented by Mr. Gera. Mr. Gera is himself in this meeting. The Gera Pune Residential Reality Report, and this was 14th issue. So every year they come up with the issue, they come up with the report, and this is at par with the top notch real estate consultants, including Knight Frank or maybe other big consultants who does it for top metro cities of India. So, Mr. Gera, basis this report, it seems that Pune is a city for rich people. Is that so?
No, that's absolutely not so. I think Pune has over the years, one of the very strong points of Pune is if you look at the overall average price, even though it's gone up in the last year by about 11%. If you look at the last decade, right, the average increase isn't that much. In the last 4 years, the prices have gone up by an average of about 9% a year. But the previous 4 years, we had a negative on the prices. So it's not for the
but when you connect this with the rise or surge of luxury segment
Yes.
Real estate area,
Yes.
that too by 50%.
Yes.
What does that mean?
So there has very clearly been an increase in the demand and a corresponding response from developers to increase the supply in the luxury segment. And the luxury segment is that above 10,000 rupees a square foot. That's our classification of luxury. Now, over the last 5 or 7 years, if you look at it, what's happened is that people's affordability has gone up, right? And as a result, the people are buying those homes. During the same period, the prices have not gone up as much as affordability has gone up. So today, the fact of the matter is the nation is prospering. People have done well. People have earned good amounts. And today, one of the important aspirations for them is to own a good home.
And with this prosper, shall we also presume that Pune is also prospering? People from outside, they're coming for their jobs, businesses, and hence the movement towards luxury home is increasing?
Absolutely. So Pune is doing well as a city. There is a lot of job creation. There is an influx of people from outside of the city. They need homes. And there is a basic increase in what people are wanting today. People's aspirations have improved. And those aspirations are supported with increased income today. And therefore, they are buying larger homes, they're buying better homes, they're buying the newer homes in order to satisfy those aspirations.
And up to a decade before, there were only hardly handful developers in Pune who were doing luxury homes.
Correct.
But now, basis this 50% rise in luxury home segment, do you think other developers have also moving into the segment?
Yes. There has been an increase in the number of developers who are focused in that above 10,000 rupees a square foot price point. The important thing to note is that the 50% increase is the increase in the inventory over the last year.
Okay.
It isn't 50% of the whole market. The 3 and 4 bedrooms that got launched are about 33 or 34% of the new inventory that got launched is in the 3 and 4 bedroom space. So it is a big number, there's no doubt, but the 50% is the jump in the number of units that are launched.
But at the same time, it also talks about the development story of Pune, which is good for Pune.
Absolutely. The development story of Pune is very strong, it continues to be strong. And it looks like as long as we don't do and we as developers don't do anything silly in terms of raising prices too much.
Okay? It must be a scientific way.
Actually, it's a demand and supply way, and I think developers are extremely smart. They have their finger on the pulse, and with RERA having come in, the stakes are too high. We can't afford to make mistakes anymore.
True.
One of the things, for example, that RERA says is if you want to change your project, you have to get permission from the people who have bought in the project. So now making changes is near impossible.
And that's the reason more than 1,000 complaints have been there against Pune developers in RERA website.
So those complaints continue and they will continue. But the bigger point is developers cannot afford to make mistakes and we cannot take the consumer for granted like we used to 10 years ago.
So it's a watchdog which is ensuring this.
It's a watchdog which is ensuring, and as a result, developers have to have their finger on the pulse. We can't make mistakes and say, चलो we'll do 4 bedroom flats, नहीं चलता है तो उसको half करके उसको 2 bedrooms कर देंगे. Customer will not allow that today. Therefore, we have to be finger on the pulse. We have to know exactly what's going on, and the more we function from a place of knowledge, right, and information and data, the less mistakes we make.
Shall I also presume that I've not seen other, not many developers or builders doing this kind of reports.
Yeah, nobody
So,
does it.
Nobody does it. Only in Pune or
Nobody in India does this. Nobody in India does this.
it must be a costly affair too. It's not easy to.
It is. It is.
Is it an spent or an investment?
No, it's a spend. It's a spend.
And
We do
purpose?
it. I'll tell you. There are 2 reasons why. One, we use it for our own. Whenever we assess a location where we want to go, we have the data and becomes easier for us. Though it's cheaper to go and buy the data from somebody else. The bigger reason why we started this and now it continues is because there was a time when data was not so available.
And not credible.
Not credible and not that available, right? Now, I firmly believe that volatility in the market for real estate is not a good thing for the industry, right? And having data like this allows developers to take decisions based on data. And when you have that, volatility goes down, and that volatility going down is in my interest for an industry. And therefore, we've been sharing the data. I have developers who reach out to me and said, Rohit, I'm doing something in Baner, for example. Can you send me some data? We freely send them a report.
So it's for the industry.
It's for the
It's for the
industry.
fraternity.
That's right.
So viewers, if you are at a customer side, if you are at a developer side, I suggest if you're doing something in Pune, if you're planning to buy a house or to build a house or to purchase a flat, one should certainly go ahead with this report. One should certainly check this report. It's a very, very important report. And thank you so much for speaking to Punekar.
I'll just add that the report is available freely on our website and www.gera.in for anybody to go and download it and get a copy
So
of
that's
it.
a
to look
quote
in
from
the details.
Rohit Gera. Thank you so much, sir, for speaking
Thank you.
to Punekar News.
Thank you for having me. Thanks.